What's up, YouTubers? It's your Zero Power Jimmy Pablo here. I know it's very late, and at my time right now, but I have to make this video. Supposedly, I heard of the news that Stan Lee, if you might aware, just revealed in TMZ because I watched his video, and he told what he was suffering was pneumonia, and it was very serious too. When I found out about this, I started, all I could think in my head was, just hang in there, Stan. You're trying to do your best. And he was breathing hard in that video. Like every time he was speaking, I can hear him, trying to take breaths. So yes, it's very hard what's going on, and we want to make sure Stan's better, and he continues fighting through this. I want to make this short for this video, so I'm going to be just talking about multiple stuff, not just about Stan himself, but let me basically tell you, some of the experiences that I seen what Stan did. Now, I seen those bunch of those when I was like a teenager, when I started watching Marvel movies, because they were like the only movies that I was mostly interested in because the universe were together. And to see Stan in that, it was really amazing in every movie that he'd been in, going higher and higher. How they superheroes started, he was like the cameo of the thing that made everybody smile, laugh, and mostly the best one I think is for the Civil War, because it does a lot. I repeat, a lot of, like, the moment everyone in the theater was like all like sad or just like feeling down of what happened between Captain and the Iron Man. He When Stark was like helping his friend out, he comes and he makes everyone smile again. Another funny cameo, and that was good. And yes, I do regret what I said from my Black Panther review. If you haven't seen that that I didn't want to say that, because I knew now what he's going through. It's Yes, I'm sorry for saying those kind of things to him, and that cameo that he did for Black Panther, it was I say it was a good. I'm gonna give it a good, because he did. It wasn't mostly his fault. It was the writer's fault. So you can't blame Stan. He was giving all his might, and I wanna make sure that I make that clear out. So this is tough to know what is actually going on with him, to know exactly how is he doing is very hard. I mostly gotta say that keep fighting, Stan. We're gonna be supporting you, and hopefully you get better so you can able to continue doing cameos in Marvel, because each cameo, the ones I seen, were really good, and there are some of them were the best, and some of them were amazing, and like I said, they took one of the greatest cameos that he ever created in Marvel, and including the Avengers. Those were awesome too, to actually see him in. So I wanna wish him the chance of getting the much better, getting proper well, and doing your best to fight pneumonia that you have. Another person that I also want, him to get better too, is kid behind the camera, and knowing that what's happening to him, it's tough. It really is tough. He's going through his lost father, supposedly, and I watched his videos from the past too, and from now, and knowing that the angry grandpa is gone from YouTube. It's hard for a kid behind the camera to go through, and we want to know that Michael Green, we want to support him, and I know he's still in depression mode, that he's still trying to do his best not to think about him, but it's heartbreaking. It is. And if he can't, and he's been posting a lot of pictures and past videos of the angry grandpa, and that needs to stop because he's been doing it too much. And if he continues, then yes, I think he does need to get help from a therapist. I'm not offending him or anything like that, but it's been long gone, and he needs to like try to at least let it go already from YouTube. That you can mention him sometimes, but when you overdo things, it starts to like realize that, are you okay, dude? Are you alright in there? Me personally, I've been going through a lot of stages in my life now. Things are coming and going, and the one person that I talked to, and she was a close person of mine, she hasn't responded at all anymore. Not only that, is it's been really tough, trying to get it away. Now, what happened earlier, I did mention this, that I guess a long time ago, there was a fight between us, and yes, it was very hard and it was very serious, and there's times where it was heartbreaking to go through that. And I just want to make sure that I say this clearly, that so the Jimmies know in this thing, because I have to let this out. No matter what, I'm not gonna be like my friends to abandon that person. That I'm always gonna love that person no matter what, because she is my close person, and I'm still gonna be there no matter what, because I never abandoned my friends. And since she's my close person, I never will abandon her. I know the fact that she's doing a better life. I want to make sure she's not feeling depressed or sad, that I want her to do good in her life. And she deserves the best if she does find somebody. Apparently me, going the time with her, because this happened back then. I was with her. To go through that, it was pretty intense. I'm not gonna lie. She's probably doing something better in her life. I don't know. But all I know is I just want her to do the right thing, to make sure that she's doing nothing but making herself happy, and just doing nothing but happiness. And she did tell me the truth in those times when she responded to me back, and this was like rare, that she inspired me, saying all those stuff to her, and I appreciate that. It did. But the reason that I wanted to say this, there was times where I just was not doing my best, and this is when I was drunk, and that's why I keep regretting all those things I did, because my drinking actions do change the way I act. And there was a time where she didn't want me to speak to her again, and it was hard. It was. I thought my life was over, but apparently when I woke up and I just see like an image, and this was from a dream, just an image of a person staring at me. He changed everything. He made me realize that I have a purpose in life. He realized that I have continued my life with better experience and better ways, because I know in there, I'm sorry about that. I know, damn it. Sorry, this chair, man. I know there's been a lot of like, this was like just about like 2 days already feeling like I'm dead or something, like I'm a zombie. And after going through that dream, it was just, I knew what was have to do, and I've been doing it ever since. I got better when I started like, I was having friends that I could talk to when I was going back to college. At least I was having a lot of like communications and working with projects, so that made me feel better. Now the the problems are coming back. The bad luck is returning. Occasionally, at Mount Sac, I had a class canceled, so maybe if two classes have taken the fall, or another whole year, another year that has to have to wait until I get my certificate. So it's gonna be really difficult to go through again. But I have to like wait it out. I have no choice, since there wasn't a lot of students, and that was the reason. I want to make this a little bit quicker because I know I've been talking a lot. Supposedly, I met a YouTuber who, I don't want to mention her, but she is a YouTuber and she likes a lot of superhero stuff. And I met her at her class. I was obviously not interested at first. I was like, I'll say okay, and then all of a sudden, I had to bring it out because I really wanted to communicate with this chick because I needed, I needed friends that I could talk to, and she was a friend of mine. So now we're friends, and we still are friends. What I never experienced, that I never had from other chicks, and she did a lot of stuff, man. I could, that guys wish they would have had it, and it was crazy. It was, and I was like surprised to actually have this thing. And she insisted to me to hang out with her. She insisted to me to go to like a place so we can be with like friends around, and we can like have like lunch together or something. So that's what it was. And she was asking me out, so I was pretty, I never had that kind of experience before. That was my first time. And really, guys wish they had that kind of stuff too when it comes to women, because mostly I see now guys are forced to like find their chick to to go to, and they have to like force the chick to go with them. But this was the complete opposite. I was like, I wasn't forced, but it was mostly like lured to me. Like she wanted me to go, knowing that it was because this would happen on Valentine's apparently, and I had no Valentine to go with. So she insisted to go with me, and I was stung, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go because this is Valentine's. I don't want to feel depressed that I have no Valentine's. And yes, I actually did go with friends. There's two friends of mine that went. Obviously, they're doing stuff, other stuff. Who knows what they're doing? It. I don't want to explain so much, but this was something new to me that I never seen. Like, and what she did to me was like, she changed not only my way I look at stuff now, but she changed my expressions. Like realizing this person did something I never seen before. And I thank her of that. Or I have someone like that, just changing the way I look, and it was pretty amazing, meeting this person. It was. Now it's like things are just going downhill, and losing my class, and then not able to talk to like mostly a lot of chicks, not to talk to any chicks I know. It's been hard finding someone. It is. Not saying I've been talking to chicks. I've been saying that I haven't been meeting any chicks. and talking to them, because not because I don't have fear. I feel like they don't have interest in me. And then, going through this long stages, trying to like bear through your life, it's been difficult. But I had to let this out. Sometimes I need some like social thing to let out, and I can't let it out on Instagram because people will be freaking out saying what's going on with you, or even Facebook, because then my mom will get concerned of me saying, are you alright? And I don't want to be asked questions. I'd rather just be somewhere, much safer than social. That's why I choose Twitter mostly. So you can leave any comments during this video, or after it. I do have to mention this was when I went to read 80, and this was during the fall. There was a book called Tuesday with Morrie, which obviously was about a man who was going through his final days and teaching people the ways of loving each other and giving your own emotional expression of how life works and what you have to do. And when the last thing before, because I was borrowing the teacher's book obviously, and then I had to give it back at the end of the semester, so the final words was, you rather love the person or you don't love them all. So he was giving you a choice, saying you rather love the person no matter what, or just don't love them all and just leave them. And I don't want to go too serious, but because he does say something really darker for that negative thing, but I'm trying to stick with positive here, so I'm not on my best. That's what changed my mind to realize, even though the person hates you, even though the person doesn't want you to be around or talk to, you still love them no matter what, and you'll never abandon them. And like, you always will love them. You're that type of guy who's loving and caring, even though they don't like that. So that happens to some women. No matter what, you want to, keep that, thought in mind from him himself, who going through his final stages. And this was based off a true story of the book. So he said a lot of things that changed me. Realize that I can actually go through this, that I actually do this kind of stuff, that I can actually make the best out of life no matter what. So if you want to leave any comments down below in this video, I do want to mention before I go here that I want Stan to get better, because I seen what happened because this what happened back then, where this happened a while back, like a couple of weeks back, where Stan went to the hospital, heard about that, and I thought in a moment something happened, and realized that he got better. He was just like, phew, like, that almost scared me so much. We still keeping an eye on him. We still want him to get well and better, and we hope for the best for him. I want every Marvel fan to hope for the best. And for Kid Behind the Camera, we want him to let go already. And if he can't, then we have to seek help for this person, because we don't want him to get worse, because that does get really worse, and the depression goes higher than it already is. And you've been hearing what's going on with me and with today and in the past. You heard about some stories that happened with the close person that I was with, and another person that changed me. You heard about what happened to my life in those couple of times where I just had most saddest points, and I did have the saddest points of my life. And I would talk about more if you want to, but as of right now, I can't. I have to already go because it's already getting late for me. Subscribe to my channel, and like always, keep it real, Jimmys. Keep it real. Okay, and that's it. So thank you for watching. Hopefully, we want Stan to make it. And that's it.